WKAR presents QuizBusters. Production of QuizBusters is made possible in part by Consumers Energy, building Michigan's future by supporting excellence in education. Consumers Energy counts on us. And by viewers like you. Today, the Spartans of Springport take on the Jayhawks of Vandercook Lake. Now, here's the host of QuizBusters, Matt Ottinger.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Thanks, everybody. Thank you very much. Welcome to QuizBusters. Glad to have you here. We're still playing qualifying games. The first half of our season is all qualifying games. You're meeting the schools for the first time in the season, and then after we've played all of those 31 games, I believe, we'll play our tournament in the second half of the season. About halfway through right now. Let's meet these two teams who are playing their first game with us this season. The Spartans of Springport to my left, they are Justin Gibbs and Ethan Dawson-Bagleen, the captain, Evan Dawson-Bagleen, and Kevin Shepard II. Their alternate is Joseph Peckham, and their advisor is Robin Meadows. They'll be playing the Jayhawks from Vandercook Lake, and that team is David Higgins. Excuse me, David Higgins. It's David Higgins. Yeah, there's David. David Higgins. And Adam Whitworth. And the captain is Brian Tucker. And on the end, Adrian Towery. Their alternate is Casey Spaulding, and their advisor is Charity Emerson. Don't do that often. I apologize, David. Okay, let's play our game now. The players know how we do it. You'll pick up on it. You've probably seen it before. We've been doing this a while now. We start with the quick 10. 10 toss-up questions. Good luck to all of you. Hands on buzzers for these. And let's see if we can't get 100 points on the board. The quick 10 begins with question 1. Set in Grover's Corners, New Hampshire, the story of George Gibbs and Emily Webb is told in what play by Thornton Wilder? Oh, we're not off to a very good start, I'm afraid. Our Town is the name of the play. Question 2. Violins represent the title boy, and French horns the title animal. In what orchestral work by Sergei Prokofiev? Peter and the Wolf, the answer. Question 3. He patented a revolving breech pistol in 1835. David, Vandercook Lake.
Colt?
Colt is the one. That's right, Samuel Colt. Question 4. What Spanish city annually holds the festival of San Fermin, which includes the running of bulls through its... That's Justin Springport.
Pamplona.
Pamplona is right. Question 5. In 2000 and 2001, what Irish band won consecutive... That is Justin Springport.
U2.
U2 beating several people to the buzzer there. U2, Beautiful Day and Walk On. Question 6. Pencils and papers, perhaps, players. Two non-zero vectors have a dot product of 0. What must the angle between them be? Somebody might have tried to guess on this one because it's a pretty common one, 90-degree angle, 90 degrees. Question 7. On April 18th, 1949, after 12 years as a free state, President John Costello proclaimed what nation a republic? In Kevin, Springport.
Cuba.
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Vandercook Lake, I'll finish. John Costello proclaimed what nation a republic independent of Great Britain? Sorry, David, too late. The Republic of Ireland. Question 8. What pioneering science fiction writer penned War of the Worlds and Evan, Springport?
H.G. Wells.
And The Time Machine. That's right. Question 9. This magnesium-containing module is concentrated in the thylakoid membrane. Name this pigment used in photosynthesis that makes leaves appear green. Justin Springport.
Chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll is right. Question 10. Nope, there's one more. What artist's works include silk-screened renditions of Brillo boxes, electric chairs, Elizabeth Taylor, Campbell's soup cans, Adrian Vandercook Lake?
Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol is right. That's 10. Now we can applaud for them. Good job, players. 6 out of the 10 after missing the first couple, so a nice rebound there. Springport's got 4, Vandercook Lake's got 2. The regular game now. When you're right, you get the bonus questions. For right now, it's a toss-up for all players. Lesser islands in this sparsely populated group include Weddell and Jason Islands, while towns include Darwin and Stanley, the capital. Name this island group 400 miles northeast of the Magellan Strait that became a British Crown colony in 1833 and the cause of a 1982 Justin Springport.
Falkland Islands.
The Falkland Islands, a war with Argentina, right. Justin, the first one to figure out where that was going. Springport, you've got the first bonus. Evan, you're the captain. You'll give me answers when you talk to your teammates. Answer these questions about Walden Pond. First, what writer lived there from 1845 to 1847 and produced 18 essays on the subject? Anybody? And I need your answer.
No answer.
No answer. Walden Pond is famous for having Henry David Thoreau there. Thoreau, the answer. No points on that one. You'll stay at 50. New toss-up for everybody. Their dimples increase their surface area. That's David Vandercook Lake.
Golf balls?
No, I'm sorry. That's not what we're looking for. Early buzzer there. Springport, it's yours. Do not confer. Their dimples increase their surface area, allowing increased diffusion across their membranes. Also called erythrocytes, what are these cells that contain hemoglobin to transport oxygen in the blood? Evan.
Red blood cells.
Red blood cells, RBCs, that's right. Evan, you've got the bonus. Springport, you've got the bonus. Kepler's laws. Answer these questions about Kepler's laws. First, Kepler's first law states that planetary orbits have the shape of which conic section? I need your answer.
Ellipse.
Ellipse is right, an elliptical orbit. Next, Kepler's second law is a restatement of the conservation of what quantity related to torque? I need your answer.
Energy.
Not energy, no. Angular momentum, the answer on that one. But you got elliptical orbit, that's good for 10. 70 your total. And we'll play our first pop quiz. Players, one-on-one action, a chance for a bunch of points here. Your letter combination is A-R-I. All your answers begin with A-R-I, and we start with Justin from Springport and David from Vandercook Lake. Here we go, gentlemen. The first sign of the zodiac, represented, David.
Aries.
By a ram, that's right. Next, the anglicized version of the Japanese word for thank you. David.
Arigato.
Arigato is exactly right. Nicely done. Final question. The manipulation of numbers through addition. David.
Arithmetic.
Arithmetic. Nicely done. David swept those. We got you closer there. Ethan now from Springport and Adam from Vandercook Lake. Keep us going. The tutor of Alexander the Great and pupil, Ethan.
Aristotle.
Pupil of Plato, who founded the Peripatetic School. That's right. Next. A selection or melody in an opera. Aria, A-R-I-A. And final one. The prankish spirit in Shakespeare's The Tempest, or the first name of the title heroine in Disney's version of The Little Mermaid. Adam.
Ariel.
Barely beating Ethan to that one. Knew the cartoon reference there. Evan now from Springport, Brian from Vandercook Lake. A class of people holding exceptional rank and privilege. Or, Evan.
Aristocrats.
Aristocrats, or the aristocracy, yes. Next. A bristle on the spikelets of grains or grasses, or a leading label in the recording industry. Arista Records, and Arista is what you call that thing on the top of the grain. Finally, for Evan and Brian. Dry, barren, and unlikely to be able to support life. Evan.
Arid.
Arid is the word. That's good. Take you to 100. Kevin now from Springport, Adrian from Vandercook Lake. To get up, stand up, or otherwise come into prominence. It's one of those you know when you hear. Arise, A-R-I-S-E. You arise. Second one. The Greek playwright whose comic works include The Frogs, The Birds, and Lysistrata. Famous Greek playwright, tough name, Aristophanes. And final question for Kevin and Adrian. The southwestern state with a capital, Kevin's first.
Arizona.
Arizona, absolutely. That's our pop quiz. Some of them are easier than others. You just got to be able to come up with it faster. That's exactly right. Springport 110, Vandercook Lake 60. You're playing for control of the audio bonus, gentlemen. Here's your toss-up question. It was the active ingredient in complexion wafers, popular among 18th century European women and briefly sold in the Sears and Roebuck catalog. The title of a play by Joseph Kesselring also mentions what poisonous chemical element? Evan, Springport.
Arsenic.
And Old Lace. That's exactly right. Good job. I knew it from the play. I had no idea about the complexion wafers. Springport, you've got the audio bonus. You know how it works. You'll hear the audio first, then we'll ask you some questions. So first the audio. Listen up. Here comes your audio clue for today.
But I sincerely believe that if you can make 25 players believe that the man that they are playing for is the greatest manager, is the best manager, that whenever he says bunt, that's the right thing to do. I know that when you can get 25 players to believe that the manager never makes a mistake, I think you then become championship caliber.
Okay, now we're coming at this from a funny direction. Listen carefully. That was said in 1954. The man who said it was at the time the manager for a New York City baseball team that moved to San Francisco in 1958. First, name the team. Bonus, you can confer on these anyway, Kevin. Tell your captain.
Giants.
The Giants. They're still in San Francisco. That's right. Next, one of the best-known Giants of that era is the man currently third on the all-time home run list. Ironically, current Giant slugger Barry Bonds is his godson. Name this Hall of Fame player who was known as the Say Hey Kid.
Willie Mason.
I'm sorry?
Willie Mason.
No, not Willie Mason. No, his name is Willie Mays. I think you heard it wrong from your teammates there. Willie Mays was the Say Hey Kid, so I can only give you 10 for that first one. For those of you older in the audience playing along at home, we were going to ask them to identify that manager. It was Leo DeRocher. New toss-up now for all players. The death of 2-year-old Alfredo Montez added scrutiny to this state's child welfare system, already stinging from its inability to notice that Rilia Wilson was missing for 15 months. Name this state where child welfare may form the center of the 2002 governor's race. Sorry, Adrian, just a little bit late. Florida is where that was happening in the news recently. New toss-up players. In an 1873 proceeding, Judge Ward Hunt wrote an opinion before the trial, refused to let this defendant testify, and ordered the jury to deliver a guilty verdict. What person was arrested in Rochester for voting for president because she was a woman? Evan, Springport.
Susan B. Anthony.
That's exactly right. Susan B. Anthony. Brownell is what the B stands for. Cities, your bonus category, Springport. Given an American city, I want you to name the Mexican city just across the border from it. First, this Mexican city is located 12 miles south of San Diego.
Tijuana.
Tijuana. Evan, speak up for me. Make sure I can hear you on these, but that's right. Next, this Mexican city is located across the Rio Grande from El Paso.
Guadalajara.
Not Guadalajara. No, Juarez is associated with El Paso there at the Rio Grande River. Once again, though, you got 10 for the bonus. Every little bit helps. As long as you keep control, you keep getting a point or two on the bonuses, and that puts your score up. Right now, you lead by, my math is working at 90. You lead by 90, but a lot can happen in the second half. Vandercook Lake, a couple of toss-ups, you're right back in this. Right now, though, it's halftime, a chance to meet our players individually and find out a little bit about each one of them. We'll start with the Spartans of Springport, and Justin will go first for us. Welcome, Justin. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Justin, and I'm a sophomore, and I play baseball, and I want to be an auto mechanic when I grow up.
All right, Justin, good luck to you in this game. Now let's meet Ethan.
I'm Ethan Dawson Bagleen. I'm a freshman. I play in the band and sing in the choir. And when I get older, I want to either be an engineer or hold some job in a church.
Okay. Good luck to you, Ethan. The captain is Evan.
I'm Evan Dawson Bagleen. I'm a junior. I'm in National Honor Society, drama, and band. And when I get older, I want to be an author.
All right, very good. I'll be interested to find out what you're going to write about. We'll talk about that later, Evan. Finally, Kevin.
My name's Kevin Shepard. I played baseball, I'm a senior, and I want to be an Air Force general when I get older.
All right, Kevin, very good. Good enough. Thank you very much. The Spartans of Springport High School. With the lead so far in our game, we'll see what Vandercook Lake has to say about that. First, we'll meet the Jayhawks, starting with David.
I'm David Higgins. I'm a senior at Vandercook Lake. I play trumpet in the band, and I'm looking to go into engineering after I graduate.
All right, very good. Adam, welcome to the show.
Hi, my name's Adam Whitworth. I'm a junior at Vandercook Lake High School, and after high school, I want to go to college. I'm undecided. I want to go somewhere in the medical field.
Okay, good luck to you, Adam. The captain is Brian.
Hello, I'm Brian Tucker, and I'm a junior at Vandercook Lake, and I really like to play music.
All right, very good, Brian. And finally, Adrian.
Hi, I'm Adrian Towery. I'm a junior at Vandercook Lake High School. I'd like to say hi to Casey, Nick, The Void, The Box, and all the people at Grand River Steak and Shrimp.
All right, very good, Adrian. The Jayhawks of Vandercook Lake. Let's give them a hand. Now, if every single one of them is watching, that means our ratings are getting better, and that's wonderful. All right. Okay, players, second half, same as the first. We got a pop quiz waiting for you halfway through. The lightning round will end the game. We've got a video question coming up for the first team that gets control. Control is where it happens. Here's your toss-up for 10 points. Annie Moore of Ireland was 15 when she became the first person to pass through here in 1892. Most people inspected here had been in Ethan, Springport.
Ellis Island.
That's right. Nicely done. 10 points. Most had been in steerage because first and second class passengers usually disembarked in Manhattan. Didn't know that. Springport, you've got the audio. Excuse me. You had the audio earlier. Now it's the video clue. You'll see the video clue come up on your screen, and the first question will be on that videotape, and then we'll take it from there. I believe we're heading back to the Potter Park Zoo for this question. Here's your video clue. We're at the Potter Park Zoo with Dennis Ladler. Like most Australian mammals, the female opossum has a pouch where the young spend the first weeks of their lives. Mammals with a pouch are classified as what order of mammal?
Marsupial.
Didn't even wait to talk to his teammates. Marsupial is right. And as we look at the possum there, here's your second question. Known for their ferocity and foul tempers, the marsupials known as devils are native to which Australian island?
Tasmania.
Tasmania, the Tasmanian devils, that's right. And finally, a heavy burrowing marsupial of Australia has a name that sounds like it ought to be related to a winged mammal. But aside from both being nocturnal, they have little else in common. Name this marsupial, which is actually closely related to the koala.
Wombat.
Wombat, that's right, for 20 points. That's a sweep of the category. And thanks again to Dennis Ladler at the Potter Park Zoo. 200 for Springport now, new toss-up for all players. It is defined as a collection of about 6 times 10 to the 23rd power of items, a number named after Amedeo Avogadro, who calculated it by studying gases. Name this measure of quantity that Evan Springport.
Avogadro's number.
No, I'm sorry, that's not what we're looking for. Vandercook Lake, you cannot confer, I'll finish it. Name this measure of quantity that can also name a burrowing animal. Adrian.
Mole.
Mole, that's the word that we wanted, yes. We gave you Avogadro in the question, so that wouldn't have come up as Avogadro's number. Mole is what we wanted. Vandercook Lake, you're in control. Brian, I'll take answers from you. Egyptian deities is your bonus category. I'm going to ask you to name the consort of each of the following female Egyptian deities. Your first one is Isis. And I need your answer.
The eagle?
Not the eagle. No, Osiris was the consort of Isis. Tough category there. It worked out badly for you. No points. You'll stay at 70. But we'll play our second pop quiz. We'll see what happens. 130-point separation. 120 points on the line in our second pop quiz. Your letter combination players, B-R-E. Will begin all your correct responses. The letters B-R-E. Justin from Springport and David from Vandercook Lake get us started. Air drawn into or expelled, David.
Breath.
Breath or breathing, sure, anything like that. Next. A formal or solemn form of address for typically male members of a profession, society, congregation, or sect. A formal term for brothers is brethren, and that's the B-R-E that we needed. Justin and David, final question. The slowest and most challenging of the standard Olympic swimming styles. Justin.
Breaststroke.
Breaststroke is the B-R-E, that's right. Ethan now from Springport and Adam from Vandercook Lake. The opening shot in a game of pocket billiards. Ethan.
Break.
The Break, that's right. Next. The title of a 1958 novel by Truman Capote made into a classic 1961 movie starring Audrey Hepburn. Thought we might get you on that one. Breakfast at Tiffany's is the movie and the novel. Finally, any major cereal producing region of a country, or a slang name for the stomach. Ethan.
Breadbasket.
Breadbasket is the right term. That's what I wanted. Evan now from Springport and Brian from Vandercook Lake will keep us going here. An unexcused failure to fulfill the conditions of a contract. Evan.
Breach.
You're in breach of contract. That's right. Next. The German city, which in a classic folk tale was the home of a group of animal musicians. The Musicians of Bremen is that folk tale. Finally, a building which houses machinery used to make beer or ale. Brian.
Brewery.
A brewery is the word. That's right for 10. And Kevin now from Springport and Adrian from Vandercook Lake finish us off here. An acrobatic performance style which flourished in the 1980s. Kevin.
Breakdancing.
Breakdancing involving spinning in various parts of the body touching the ground. Second question. Shortness or conciseness of speech and writing? Brevity is the word. Tough one there. Brevity. Final question for Kevin and Adrian. A gentle wind. Adrian's first.
Breeze.
Breeze is right for 10. That's good. That's our pop quiz. Players, next time we hear the fanfare, I'll clear that. Next time we hear the fanfare, we're heading to the lightning round. Right now, a new chance for a toss-up for all players. Antelope and Fremont Islands are in this lake, and a wooden railroad bridge across it proved hard to maintain because of the salinity of the water. Swimmers can easily float in portions of Brian Vandercook Lake.
The Dead Sea.
Not the Dead Sea. No, I'll clear that. Springport, I'll finish it for you. Swimmers can easily float in portions of what western lake, the largest in Utah? Justin.
Salt Lake City. Ow.
I don't think, no, they're shaking us off. No, that's the city that's near the lake. The Great Salt Lake is the lake that I wanted. Sorry about that. It came a little too quick. Don't worry about it. New toss-up for all players. After his general Agrippa won the naval battle of Actium in 31 BC, this man pursued his enemy to Egypt, where that enemy and his lover committed suicide. Name this leader who, with Mark Antony and Cleopatra out of the way, Evan, Springport.
Augustus Caesar.
Augustus is the one I wanted. That's exactly right. Yes. Octavian is sometimes how he's referred, but Augustus was the key word there. Springport, the metric system is your bonus category. Here's your first question. What one-word term is used to refer to 1/1000th of a gram?
Milligram.
Milligram is right. Next, what one-word term is used to refer to 1/1000th of a milligram?
Nanogram.
Nope. Nanogram is one step lower even than that. Microgram is in between, though. But you got 10 for the first one. That gives you 270. And we're heading to the last 60 players. Nothing but toss-up questions remain. Right now, Springport with a pretty comfortable lead, but I'm sure everybody wants to play this out and try to get every right answer you can. 10 points when you're right. Remember, you lose 10 points when you're wrong, though, so keep that in mind. The 60-second timer is set, and the lightning round begins now. What U.S. state ranks 49th in land area? Justin.
Delaware.
Right. In a full round of golf, what is usually the first hole of the back nine? David.
10.
Right. The city of Amarillo is the industrial center of what state's Kevin.
Texas.
Right. Crossing an eagle with a lion would give you what? Justin.
Griffin.
Right. What is the four-letter term for the traditional Japanese form of wrestling? Adrian.
Sumo.
Right. Who was the gawky schoolmaster in Washington Irving's story? Ethan.
Ichabod Crane.
Right. What is the largest prime number less than 100? Justin.
97.
Right. Thomas and Stearns are the first and middle name of what American poet? Time. What was the name of Captain Nemo's submarine? Ethan.
Nautilus.
Right. A famous 1897 editorial tried to convince what little girl that there really is a Santa Claus? Justin.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Wrong. The Marquis of Queensberry established gentlemanly rules for what violent. Time is up, and Springport, you've won the game. Gentlemanly rules for what violent sport? Boxing is governed by the Marquis of Queensberry rules. Yes, Virginia, there really is a Santa Claus was the famous editorial. Thomas and Stearns, T.S. Eliot was the poet that we wanted, T.S. Eliot. Okay, that's it. Vandercook Lake, we have to say goodbye to you. They were just a little faster on those toss-ups, and they just inched up with the bonuses and managed to win this game from you. But I know you play these competitions all season long, or else you wouldn't have the cool shirts. So good luck to you in those competitions. The Jayhawks of Vandercook Lake. There's some more of the cool shirts, too. Obviously, these teams play these games a lot more than just on television here with us. Springport with the cool shirts as well. You're our winners today. That 320 goes into our mix. We'll have you seated, and we'll see you back here in the second half of the season. Our Spartans are our winners today. Two teams quite a bit closer to our East Lansing studios next time as we go back to Green Division action. Lansing Eastern will face off against DeWitt. Thank you for watching, and for all of us here on QuizBusters, I'm Matt Ottinger. Enjoy.
Production of QuizBusters is made possible in part by Consumers Energy, building Michigan's future by supporting excellence in education. Consumers Energy, count on us. And by viewers like you. Book Scholarship Awards for QuizBusters are provided by SBS, the student bookstore, located at 421 East Grand River Avenue in East Lansing. For more information about QuizBusters or any of WKAR's locally produced series or specials, visit our website at WKAR.org.